Alright, so today I want to go over the best ball carrier moves in Madden 26. We did just recently get a patch which had nothing to do with the ball carrier moves whatsoever, except for the air trucking. They did nerf that and it's no longer in the game. That is a blessing to say the least. So what we're going to talk about first is the boring movements. We'll just go over the truck move since I just named that. So all we're going to do for this is just click up on the right stick or flick up on the right stick. Doesn't matter if you're holding the right trigger or the boost trigger or not. It's still going to be the same regardless. So that was with the boost. This is without the boost here. So as you can tell, just absolutely no difference right there. So that is the trucking animation. So the second one we're going to go over is the hurdle, starting with the boring ones first here. So with the hurdle, nothing special. All we're going to do is press the Y or triangle at the top of the controller, and you're going to get this hurdle animation. And this is another one that it doesn't matter if you hold the boost trigger or not, it's going to be the same regardless. There's no more jurdles in Madden, unfortunately, so you can't get that juke hurdle animation that we used to get in previous Maddens. You used to be able to like steer the hurdle, but you can't do that anymore. So that is the hurdle. All right, so next we're going to talk about the spin. Now this one can be a little bit more complicated. There's a lot more nuance to this ball carrier move, and there's really a lot that you can do with the spin. So we actually have two examples here. We have spin cycle on T. Higgins, which will get some more powerful steerable animations with the spin. And then we have some other players that do not have spin cycle. So I'll be able to show you the difference between the two. I'll start with just the standard spin move, no boost, just regular pressing the B or circle if you play on PlayStation. You can also use the right trigger, or not right trigger, but the right stick to steer in the direction that you want to spin. So I'll actually start with the right stick version of the spin first. All right, so with this one, we want to use the right stick and we want to do a circle animation where we go down and around in the direction that we want to spin to. So this is without spin cycle. Gonna get this to Marshawn. And I'm using the right stick to go in the direction that I want to spin. And now he's getting fatigued, so his spin slowed down. But that is with the right stick flicking in the direction that I want to spin. Now, let me get it to somebody who's not fatigued here, that has a little bit better spin attributes. So now I'm not holding the right trigger. I'm simply flicking and spinning in the direction that I want to spin. And sometimes you get like a juke animation, or you get like a hesitation animation, and that's why I really don't use the right stick to spin. I always use the B or the circle, again, if you play on PlayStation. So I don't like or would recommend using the right stick for that. So let me show you what it looks like now when we use the B button. It's going to be a lot simpler. Again, not holding the right trigger here. I'm just going to tap in the direction that I want to spin. So if I want to spin right, I'm going to aim my left stick in the right direction and hit the B button or circle if you're on PlayStation. Hopefully that made sense. So again here, not holding the boost, and we're not using spin cycle. We're just gonna aim our left stick in the direction. So if I want to go left, I'm gonna aim left with the left stick and then click that B button or circle. Now if I want to go the other way, I just do the opposite. I point the left stick in the direction that I want to go and then tap B. So we'll give it to Ham here. As you can see, his spin just isn't good. So he's not getting he's like a 70 overall card. So he's not going to get the best spin animations. So that's without holding the boost. Now I'll show you what it looks like when we do hold the boost here. Let me actually get Barkley back out on the field. All right, so now we're going to do the spin while we are holding the trigger here, the right trigger, to get that speed animation. So here we go. You can see it's a lot slower and he's tired. So I'm just going to go down and restart, give it to somebody else. So this spin holding the trigger is slower, but still effective though. If you use this timed right, you can see you can cover a little bit more distance with this one versus that quick spin if you aren't holding the boost, the speed boost. So those are your two different spins right there. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like with somebody that has spin cycle. So I'm going to throw this ball at T. Higgins, and I'm going to show you just how glitchy the spin cycle really is. So here we go, throwing it to Higgins. Now without boosting, as you can see, I'm not sprinting. Look how much distance we cover here with that spin. And again, I'm aiming my left stick in the direction that I want to spin. So if you want to spin left, you point it in the left direction. If you want to spin right, you point it in the right direction. So that's without holding the boost. Now I'll show you what it looks like when you do hold the sprint boost. You can see it doesn't cover as much distance, but you can still control where you want to spin. It's still a steerable spin, just doesn't cover as much distance. So it really is a lot better to do the spin move without holding the speed boost trigger. Doesn't matter what system you're on. So that's going to be everything you need to know about the spin. All right, so now we have the juke moves. Now, juke moves can be pretty creative. There is a lot of different ways we can utilize the juke. The first one is simply going to be just flicking the right stick in the direction that you want to juke. So if I want to juke to the right, I'm going to flick to the right. And as you can see, you get this really nice plant your foot in the ground type of juke. And it's actually this might actually be the best juke in the game if I'm just giving my opinion on it. I think I really like the non-boosted juke there. You can see just a hard cut without holding that sprint trigger. So that's your basic juke right there. Now I'll show you what the juke looks like when you are sprinting, holding down that right trigger. So here we go, same thing, gonna give it to Higgins. Now I am holding the trigger, and you're gonna get more of this hop step type of juke when you're holding down the speed boost. So that's the difference between holding the trigger and not holding the trigger. Different players with better juking attributes are gonna have a better looking juke move. So I'm actually gonna throw this to Burden because I know he does have good juking attributes. So you can see you get more of this speed cut. It's like a speed hop step with Burden. So it's a little bit different depending on what the attributes are for the player. So that is something you want to keep an eye out on. But that's everything with the standard juke moves. Now we have another variation of a juke, which is the back step or a hesitation step. So I'll show you what that looks like without holding the trigger. So that's basically what you need to know. There's two different styles. You can do it holding the trigger or not holding the trigger. So we'll start without holding the right trigger, and I'm just gonna flick the right stick back, and as you can see, you get that back step hesitation that's pretty decent. If somebody's kind of trailing behind you about to make a tackle and you hit them with one of those, could be TikTok City right there. I'll throw it to Golden just to see what his looks like, just to see if we get like a different animation. But as you can see, it's pretty much the same. And again, I'm not holding the Sprint Turbo trigger, okay? So that's a cool one. You don't really see that one too much, but it is still effective and it's a viable option in the game. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like when you are holding the trigger. So here we go. Throwing this to Higgins. I'm sprinting. And now, as you can see, you kind of get this, I don't even know what that is. You just kind of wiggle the hips on them a little bit. I don't know if this is really applicable in the game. I don't know if there's any, like, real use for that one. I don't know. Maybe you kind of confuse your opponents a little bit there, but you kind of get this, it's like a head fake. I mean, it's pretty cool. And it's different depending on the player, too. So I'll throw one to Burden. I think his looks different. Yeah, see, so he gets like this hesitation, head fake. That's pretty nasty right there. I like that. So depending on what your juking attributes are is going to determine what the animation looks like right there. But that's everything for the hesitation steps. All right, so now we're going to talk about combining different ball carrier moves together to get the best effect. So what we can do is actually combine a juke with a spin. And this is really effective when you're in a congested area. We can spin, or we could juke and then spin out of it. So as you can see, it's really nice when you have the spin cycle on them, because you get that steerable animation right there. So all I'm doing, and we're just mixing and matching now. So I'm not holding the trigger and doing the hard plant with the spin. That's one option. You can do, if say we throw it to somebody that has better juking attributes like Burden, it's going to look a little different. So again, not holding the speed trigger. You can see it's a lot speedier without the speed boost. Pretty effective. Pretty effective. Definitely going to want to have good juking attributes to get the most out of these ball carrier moves. But now I'll show you what it looks like with a juke spin combination holding the trigger. So gonna get this to Higgins, gonna do that hop step, and actually, so with him, it doesn't really, he's tired. That's another thing too. When you're doing these ball carrier moves, they do fatigue very quickly. So you are gonna wanna be selective when you do use these, because you are at risk of fumbling the ball. If you do too many ball carrier moves in traffic and you catch a hit stick, it's almost a guaranteed fumble. So gonna get this to Burden. He's got those good juking attributes. We're gonna do a little hop step, and then, oh my god, that was disgusting. Hold up. All right, so what I did right there was I did a turbo juke, holding the right trigger with the juke, and then I let go of the turbo and I just tapped the spin button. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again here. So did the boosted juke with a non-boosted spin. As you can see, boom, boom. Pretty nasty. That was pretty nasty. That first one was crazy. He got a speed boost out of that. That was pretty disgusting right there. Okay, here we go. Gonna go here with it. Very interesting. Okay. Hey, we're learning some shit right here. I think Burden might be tired though. Throw it to Golden. I don't know what his juke moves are, but see, like, this isn't as good. All right, we'll do one more. All right, this is gonna be the last one here. We're gonna do a boosted juke move with a spin. Oh my god. Okay, so to get this speed boost on the spin, it looks like you want to let go of that right trigger. Okay, so you hit that juke move. So I'm gonna juke with the trigger and then let it go, and then hit that spin, and you get a crazy speed boost out of that. That could be really glitchy. I'm gonna show you one more time just to make sure this isn't fluke here. So again, I'm holding the right trigger, the speed boost trigger, while I do my juke move in one direction, and I'm going to point the left stick in the opposite direction, let go of that speed boost trigger, and tap the spin button. Okay, so that kind of sounds confusing, but again, we're holding the trigger. I'm going to juke one direction and then spin back in the other direction. Okay, and we use the left stick to make that happen. We didn't get the speed boost that time, so I don't know if it's just like a random thing, like a dice roll type of thing, but maybe it only works on certain parts of the field. But again, juking, spinning. Yeah, see, we're not getting the speed boost that time. So 2 out of 3 times we got a crazy speed boost. I'm trying to replicate it for you guys here. So again, see, now that was slow. So you gotta. Okay. So here we go. This is what we want to do. No trigger, no speed boost trigger here. We're gonna juke one direction, spin the other direction. So I'm gonna hard cut. Oh shit. Okay. hard to replicate. I don't know. Like he gets tired. Once I do it a couple times, it's not gonna work. So let's just go like this. Hmm. 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 Yeah, that's nasty. Okay. 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 So it's all about the no trigger. When you're doing these ball carrier moves, you really don't want to use that speed boost. You want to lay off of that and hit these hard cuts. Boom, boom. I mean, that's just insane. We're gonna All right, see, he's tired. All right, all right, all right. All right, so that's it, man. That's really it. Those are really the best ball carrier moves that you can use. That's everything you can do within the game. So that's going to be it for the ball carrier moves. Let me know in the comments section which ones are your favorite, which ones do you use most often, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, just leave a like, sub to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.